I came from the University of Madrid to talk on the early Christian attitudes to child playing and to toys, and I found that they were diverse, but at the same time consistent. All the sources of these 3-4 centuries of the early Christian period, and I would say that they can be distributed along 3 axes. First one, the anthropological vision that they have of man. On the one hand, playing and toys are linked to the primeval innocence of paradise, but on the other hand, they can be linked also to the artificial corruption that, for example, theater or too ornamental or rich toys can bring into children, and then they will be sinners, right? On the pedagogical practice, this is also reflected in a double axis. On the one hand, toys can serve to educate, and for example, to Jerome or John Chrysostom, they say that letters should be given as a toy so that they learn to read and get initiated in the scripture. And on the other hand, toys could pervert the soul of the child, so they can be dangerous also. This can seem very rigorous, but on the other hand, when we say to our children, stop watching TV, stop with the video games, you have to go to the Prado Museum, we're kind of having the same attitudes. And third, on the religious and theological axis, they can be seen as a reflect of superstition and linked with pagan mysteries and magical practices, or on the other hand, they can be considered a symbol of sanctity, as for example in some anecdotes about Athanasius. When a kid, he used to play with other kids imitating the mass, and in fact in this game he baptized and converted other children. So these are the 3 axes, and then there are some apocryphal texts, like famously the Infancy Gospel of Thomas, the so-called Infancy Gospel of Thomas, that is completely out of these apologetic dichotomies and presents Jesus playing and demonstrating his divine power through his toys and killing his enemies. A bit like a Hellenistic deity, right? A bit like, much more like Dionysus than the Jesus that is presented in the canonical Gospels. So, of course, these apocryphal texts are completely left out of the orthodoxy and of the apologetic perspectives, but they are still demonstrative that the variety of reality in early Christian times is much richer than what apologetic sources present.